Okay, we're back for round 2, game 3. So unfortunately we're on the draw, and we've picked up another super slow hand. This hand doesn't do anything until turn 4. I mean, we have mana, and against a slower deck I might keep it, but I'm throwing it back. This is better just because we have a 2-drop. Yeah, I don't like mulling though. That is for sure. Alright, well we drew a land, so now at least we can get to Verdant Haven. One more land and we can get to Zertar Swine. Oh, that was a pretty good draw. So interestingly, I can choose not to trade here because I have, first strike, but I think because we have a Watcher and we have a Verdant Haven, I think it makes a lot of sense to trade. And the fact that he's playing that, I think we just need to keep our life as high as possible. He's not even getting in. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. So now we have a choice. We can Verdant Haven this turn, or we can Watcher. It's probably best to Verdant Haven, putting it on the Guild Gate. Well, let me think. So if we play Watcher instead, we can keep up first strike for the Disciple, which is nice. And then the next turn, we can play the Verdant Haven and then untap and then potentially Ground Assault away a target. He didn't really want to trade this in last time, so I don't know if we need to keep up. If we need to keep up first strike or not. It would be nice, certainly. Let's see, or alternatively, if we draw a land, then we'd be able to play Zertar Swine next turn if we Verdant Haven. Yeah, I think it's probably better to Verdant Haven here. We're not really under any pressure since he didn't get in with this last turn. I assume he's not going to this turn. And if he does, I'll still chump. I think when you play against Boros, it's important to keep their creature count low. Oh, he's doing the Madcap Skills thing. Alright, well, so now we have a new plan. Yeah, what we're going to do now is Ground Assault and play Watcher next turn, almost certainly. We're getting hit for 6 here, which is painful, but that's definitely fine. Yeah, so we'll tap this for green, get a second green, tap a red, Ground Assault that guy away, play out our Watcher, and then bash him for 2. So taking 6 was pretty bad, but we got card advantage out of it. Next turn we can play one of our big creatures. This is pretty scary, I have to say. Just because it makes it hard to play blockers on your turn. Is he going to play another card? So let's see how much mana we'll have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could just play Ripscale Predator. We could also play Zertar Swine and leave up first strike. Alright, he's just not doing anything. Okay, that's even more mana. So the question is Ripscale Predator versus Zertar Swine. It's probably better to play the Predator just in case we want to use this for Blood Rush. I mean, that would be my guess. So again, in the interest of keeping my life total high, well, I guess I'll have the Predator to block, but he could have Marshall. And he doesn't seem to be dumping a lot of creatures, so that kind of leads me to believe that he has tricks. So I will whoops, I'm doing this wrong. Very wrong. So I need to tap this for doesn't matter, get a red. Now I click this. No. Untap. This interaction is kind of awkward from a game mechanics standpoint. And hey, we'll get a black just to confuse him, because why not? Play out our Predator. And I will block here if he attacks with the Burning Tree Emissary, so. Active treason. Okay. Well, he's definitely getting in a big burst of damage, but at least the active treason is out of the way, I guess. And again, if he attacks with this, I will block. And if he has the Marshal, then I go to, that would take 9 damage. I mean, I'm definitely blocking here, no question. He gives this 0-3 and saves his guy, and then this goes to 9. I go down to 4, but then he's out of cards, you know, and like I have a significant amount of power on the board. I have to believe that's like a good position for me to be in. Yeah, it looks like he has it. That's fine. I mean, if I didn't do that, then I'd be going to 2, and that would be pretty terrible. So he's out of cards, so let's see what we can do here. I'm going to bash him for 6. So we need to leave this back to block for sure. So we have 3, 5. So we can play 2/2/2s is probably the best move. Yeah, this is pretty scary considering like that we're at 4. He just needs 4 top decks to kill us, like 4 spells, and he has 6 mana, so he can reasonably extort pretty much anything he draws. So I'm definitely going to be, you know, leaving like one guy back to block and then bashing him with everything else, and just trying to end the game as fast as I can. Oh, that was a excellent draw. So we can probably cast this, right? 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we only use 1 Greenside Watcher? Yeah. So we're gonna do that. And kill his dude. Stinks that this comes into play tapped. Hopefully he doesn't have another active treason. That would be pretty miserable. So now the question is, what do I leave back? Because I want to leave back 1. Maybe I want to leave back 2 things in case he has another act or like removal. Yeah, so I'm going to leave back 2 things. I'm just going to attack with the Predator. This is going to be close though, like even though we have an overwhelming board presence, just the fact that we're at such low life. Alright, so it looks like no attacks from him. So he played a land, so one of his cards is a land. The last card in his hand might be a land, but I feel like if it was, he would have just scooped. Alright, yeah, so he just conceded. I think he was pretty dead there, because we could really just turn our whole team sideways and win. Or really just probably the 6-5 and the 6-6. And then that way, if he was able to deal with one card, we can just blood rush the other and win. On to the